Hello my dear friends, today we continue with our chapter 1 of Geography, Resources and Development. As we had learnt about resources, their types and need for resource planning and conservation. Let us now explore our resources. Today we will be taking up land as a resource. Do you know that land is a natural resource of utmost importance? We use land in different ways. We live on land, perform our economic activities on land. Land supports natural vegetation. It is our very home and habitat to the wildlife too. Children, nearly 95% of our basic needs of food, shelter and clothing are obtained from land. It is very important to remember that land is an asset of a finite magnitude. Therefore, it is important to use the available land for various purposes with careful planning. Dear students, how do we see the land? Well, we see the land in India under a variety of relief features, namely the mountains, the plateaus and the plains. Now look at the pie diagram showing the land under important relief features. Let us interpret this diagram and analyze it. As you observe, about 43% of the land area is the plains. Plains provide facilities for agriculture and industry and are the most densely populated regions. Mountains, as you see, account for 30% of the total surface area of the country. We know that they are the sources of our perennial rivers. They provide facilities for tourism and ecological aspects. Children, can you tell how much percent of the plateau of land is available here? Yes, it is 27%. Find out how are plateaus important to us. Well, they possess rich reserves of minerals, fossil fuels and forests. Let us now begin to understand the land utilization policy. How land is used. The land utilization tells us how land is used for various purposes. Land resources are used for the following purposes. The first major use of the land, as you can all identify, is the forests. Why do you think forests are important to us? Land is available for cultivation, and this is of two categories. Firstly, the land is the barren and the wasteland, and there is land that is put to non-agricultural uses like the land used for buildings, roads, factories, etc. The other uncultivated land and the grazing land excludes the following land, but it includes the permanent pastures and the grazing land meant for the cattle, and it also includes the land under miscellaneous tree crops, groves, and this is not included in the net zone area. Students, you all know that the total geographical area of our country is 3.28 million square kilometers. The land use data, however, is available only for 93% of our total geographical area. To understand the land use pattern in India, let us study the pie diagram showing the land use pattern. Now look at the pie diagrams showing the general land use categories for the years 1960-61 and the year 2008-2009. The land under permanent pasture has undergone some change. in the year 1960-61, the land available was 4.71%. Now look at the diagram. You would see that the land available in the year 2008-2009, it is 3.38%. Children, as you observe, the land under permanent pasture has decreased. Now think, how are we able to feed our huge cattle population on this pasture land? Are you aware how important forests are for all of us? So let us take up a comparative study of forests. Forest area in the country is far lower than the desired 33% of the geographical area, as it was outlined in the National Forest Policy 1952. Forests are considered essential for the maintenance of the ecological balance. The livelihoods of many people who live on the fringes of these forests depend upon it. Children, by studying the wasteland, I am sure you will develop an understanding about that it is a part of the land that is termed as wasteland. It is the land that refers to the land that is put to non-agricultural uses. It includes rocky, arid and desert areas. Land put to other non-agricultural uses includes settlements, roads, railways, industries, etc. You also make an effort in analyzing this data. As I said, that connecting with the issues with the appropriate use of the land in our country lies in your hands. Children, you are inheriting this earth. Do you know that at present there are about 130 million hectares of degraded land in India? Well, approximately 28% of this is the forest degraded area. Isn't that disturbing? The water degraded area accounts for 56% and the wind degraded area accounts for 10%, while the rest is affected by saline and alkaline deposits. Children, do you think that human activities are the causes of land degradation? Are human beings responsible in aiding the land degradation? Let us try to look at this. How are human activities responsible for the land degradation? Yes, some human activities such as deforestation, overgrazing, mining and quarrying too have contributed significantly in the land degradation. Let us study about the serious and severe impacts of land degradation. The mining sites are abandoned after the excavation work is complete, leaving deep scars and traces of overburdening. Do you know that deforestation due to mining have caused severe land degradation in states like Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha? In states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, overgrazing is the main cause of land degradation. In the states of Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh, land degradation due to over-irrigation has resulted in water logging, leading to increased salinity and alkalinity in the soil. Do you think the mineral processing industries like grinding of limestone for cement industry and the calcite and the limestone for the ceramic industry have generated huge impact in the atmosphere. How has this impacted us? Children, remember, it retards the process of soil infiltration of water into soil after it settles down on the land. Do you know that in the modern era, the industrial effluents as wastes are also source of land degradation and water pollution as well? Dear students, after having learnt about the land degradation, let us now learn about measures to prevent land degradation. What are the different ways? How can we prevent, check the land degradation? Afforestation and proper management of grazing can help to check land degradation. You must be familiar about shelter belts. Planting of shelter belts of plants. Control on overgrazing can also check land degradation. Stabilization of sand dunes by growing thorny bushes and proper management of wastelands are key contributions in the checking of the land degradation. Control of mining activities and proper discharge and disposal of industrial effluents after treatment to check the land and the water degradation in the industrial and suburban areas are also very essential.